Hey there, Amplifiers. Kenny Harper here. And when it comes time to really amplify your business, you got to think about the bottom line, right? It's not all about the money, but you need money to do pretty much anything. You need money to live, you need money to make an impact, and you've got to be able to think about your profit first. And our guest today is a certified Profit First advisor. She is a rockstar professional in her field, and I'd like to welcome Erin Johnstone to Growth Amplifiers.
Hey, thanks so much. Great to be here.
Great to have you here. And one of the cool things I like about your business name, Vivid Numbers, that's pretty cool. Tell us about your business.
You know what? I really just wanted to start a CPA firm that wasn't called Erin Johnstone CPA, right? So, and I was fortunate enough to be in a state, not all states allow that. Some states actually require you to have that, your name in the business, but Oklahoma does not. So Vivid Numbers, trying to add a little, I don't want to say excitement to your numbers, because I think numbers are exciting all by themselves. But yeah, I mean, your numbers can be like, it's, the heart of your business, what you're actually doing. The numbers don't lie, right? People love to say that the numbers don't lie. So yeah, bring some color to your numbers.
So the numbers don't lie. And when it comes to the concept of Profit First, can you tell us about what this is? And we talk a lot about profits and growth amplifiers, but I know that this is a different way of looking at numbers.
Yeah. So, in traditional accounting, and nothing really changes when you're using Profit First, as far as, you're still going to have your same profit and loss statement. You're still going to have your balance sheet. But what you want to do is actually looking at your cash. So instead of saying sales minus expenses equals profit, you're going to take sales, subtract out your profit, and what's left over is what you have to spend on expenses. So it's really all about working with how business owners act anyway, right? They're looking at that checking account balance, checking their cash to help inform them on what decisions they can make, what business decisions they can make. So it's really just a tool. Profit First is a tool to change that a little bit and make sure that you're setting money aside, cash aside, for profit, rather than, having they call it a ghost profit, right? Like your P&L says that you have profit, and then you're like, but I have no cash. So the goal is to actually have like profit that is cash in your business.
Now, that kind of reminds me of when I used to work for a different company. It's been about a decade ago, working for an advertising agency, and they had a 401k, and they did the, taking it out before you got your paycheck. And lo and behold, I managed to save more in that couple years than I did for the next 5 years, just because it was, it was already taken out before I even got to mess around with it.
Right. And really that is the point, right? Is to, separate your cash. So, have all your cash come into an income account, and then separate it out based on expenses, owner pay, profit, taxes. So then it's gone right away. It's never available for you to spend on that next shiny thing, right? So I know that a lot of CPAs, and when we're talking about tax planning, we'll talk about what can you spend, but it's never wise to spend money that you were not going to spend anyway, just to save some in taxes. So we are about, we like tax planning and making sure you pay the least amount of tax possible. But when it comes to the cash needs to be set aside in that operating expense account to spend on expenses. And then, like you said, you start saving cash automatically because you don't touch it. You put it aside, and it's not in that operating expense account that you're used to spending from.
And you know what? I really think it's a practical and simple sort of system, which is great. And I know some people think it's so basic. Is that even even a value? But
no, and yes,
I believe it is. Yes.
And it's funny because we have gotten that. I have talked to certain prospects, people that were thinking about doing business with us. But the thing is it works for the smallest business that's making $50,000 a year in revenue to a business that's doing $5 million a year. So the concept works no matter what your level in business. And there is nothing like, I had a client last year when we were looking at their Profit First accounts, and, they had a 250,000 tax liability. Like that's how much they were going to owe. And They had the cash set aside for it. So there is nothing better than working with, and that's why we love to do this, right? Because we're on the other side of it. When it is that painful tax time, it takes the pain away. There is no painful tax time, because it's only painful if you don't have the cash, right? If it's already set aside, you're not looking at it, it's just gone. You don't even think about it. It's perfect.
So I tend to think of it, because I get the same thing in my line of work, because sometimes I help people just achieve what is obviously in front of them. But it's kind of like losing weight. If people want to lose weight, they know that they need to eat less and work out. But it's a lot easier said than done. And you work with somebody to help you get the right structure and accountability to help you actually achieve the result.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So Erin, what's a step that if someone was interested in this concept, what's something that they could do to kind of start that journey and just learn a little bit more about it?
Sure. So really the first step is just opening up that separate bank account. So there are a lot of business owners, maybe they have a savings account, but it's not really earmarked specifically, to save for profit or taxes. So if you don't have another bank account other than just a regular checking account for your business, it's setting up another account and just start putting 1% in, right? 1% of your revenue that's coming in, put it over in that savings account and don't touch it.
Very easy to start. Right. So if people want to learn more about you and how you can help them implement this in their business, where could they go and what could they do?
Sure. You can just reach out to us. Vividnumbers.com is our website, and there's a contact us form, and you can just reach out to us there. We're also on Facebook at Vivid Numbers. And yeah.
Excellent. Well, this has been helpful just to get some ideas on some things that you could do to actually keep more of the profits you make. Because if you're growing your business and you're not keeping the profit in mind, you can be growing but just not going anywhere. So
it definitely matters what's falling to the bottom line, right? Because usually if your revenue's growing, then you are having more effort, and it's no fun to find out that all that effort, you have no actual dollars to show for it that are left.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for sharing your insights. I appreciate your time. And if you want to learn more about Erin's business, as she said, go to vividnumbers.com, and appreciate you, Erin. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
To show your support, take a moment to amplify this message by sharing it online. To connect with me or gain more business growth insights, visit www.growthamplifiers.com. Thank you for your support.